Now, many of you already know that each and every week on Tuesday we get the NAV insurance registrations report from some of our favorite EV stocks like Nio. Now, the last week, from the period which started last week, Monday until Saturday, Nio, a silver screen, saw total NAV insurance registrations of around 4,000. Now, this is slightly a better figure than the figure we saw on last week Tuesday's report, when Nio we saw them coming up with 3,900. Now, you will know that the guidance that Nio gave, or the guidance that we know from Nio, the total deliveries that Nio expects to deliver is somewhere between 15 and 17,000. But nonetheless, based on this NAV insurance registrations report that we are seeing, it looks like Nio might beat their guidance or delivery guidance which they gave us during their Q2 earnings. Now, the 4,000 NAV insurance registrations we saw last week now makes Nio to have a total of around 13,900. Now, this 13,900 is for the period from the 1st of September to the 23rd of September. We know that there is still this week that, of course, the deliveries need to be factored in, and also or plus the European deliveries, because these NAV insurance registrations are only the registrations of the cars that Nio is sort of like selling in China and not globally. And you know that Nio, it's also there in 5 European countries, or it's present also in 5 European countries, which some of the countries in Europe, they are doing slightly better than before, like Germany, who we know that, of course, they saw total deliveries of over 500 for the month of August. So we know that those 5 European countries, they are still going to bring good deliveries, or around 1,000, probably plus minus 1,000 deliveries, and add towards the kind of deliveries we will see in China. Because in China, ladies and gents, we currently have at the moment around 13,900. I personally believe that with the Chinese deliveries for this week, worst case scenario, we are to get another 4,000 deliveries, which will take Nio to roughly around 18,000. Which, when we add the European deliveries, it may mean that Nio deliveries or total deliveries will be around 19 to 20,000, which will be good, because once again we'll see Nio playing, or that would mean Nio is playing around the 20,000 deliveries. Now, the good thing about this whole deliveries of Nio, ladies and gents, is that from the Q4, or from the upcoming Q4, Nio has already told us that they have ramped up their production capacity, and they're targeting to deliver around 30,000 on a month-to-month, meaning that the NAV insurance registrations for Q4 should improve from the kind of figures we are seeing, of course, now in Q3. So the 4,000, we might not see them that much in Q4, because Nio's delivery target for Q4 is 30,000 on a month-to-month. Otherwise, before I forget the associate already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. If you seek professional financial advice, you already know what to do. But on this channel, you know that Nio is one of the stocks that I talk a lot about, because I believe in their fundamentals and their future prospects. And though the share price of Nio has not recovered well when comparing to other EV competitors, ladies and gents, this is a company that is set to do very well. And the 4,000 NAV insurance registrations we saw last week, it's not that bad, because it puts Nio at around 13,900 from the 1st to the 23rd of September, which is not a trend smash, especially looking at the kind of vehicles that we saw Nio delivering in the quarter before this, and that is the, of course, Q2 of 2023. So I'm very excited about the kind of deliveries we are to expect from Nio in September, because chances are very high that they are going to thrash their delivery targets or their estimates based on what we are seeing. If they are to produce the same 4,000 deliveries, it will put them to roughly around 18,000, which, when we add the European deliveries, as I've said, we are going to definitely see Nio going close to that 20,000 deliveries, which so many of the investors are really looking forward to that figure. So the reason why I'm saying 4,000, it is the worst case scenario figure for Nio, is that towards the end of the month, we always see Nio providing or producing good NAV insurance registration figures, which makes me to be positive to say that we are definitely, or chances are very high that we might definitely deliver over 20,000 deliveries. Looking at the fact that if you have to go and check the last week of the month, you will notice that it always bring a record-breaking NEV insurance registration, which is for this reason that I'm believing that Nio, ladies and gents, will deliver around 20,000 vehicles for the month of September, which will be good news. So I know there are some people or retail investors that are probably comparing Nio against Leodo, which you all know that Leodo is not, of course, a full electric vehicle. They don't sell full electric vehicles. They sell hybrid cars, which is, I believe, why probably they are still winning, because there are quite a number of people globally that are still into gas cars, and there are some that, based on problems that so many people face or experience that so many consumers face of few charging infrastructures, there are some consumers, or some of the consumers are still hesitant to go and buy, of course, full EV cars, which is why car companies like Leodo tend to benefit from that, because part of the car is gas and others, while the other part is electric vehicle. The real competition from Leodo will start next year, when they change, or when they are in a transition of changing into a full electric vehicle. That's when we'll see if Leodo indeed it is an EV company that is better than Nio, of which I don't think it is, based on what I just told you now. So I'm very excited. The future is looking bright for Nio. Yes, though some of the people are saying Nio is not a good stock, it's a bad stock. They are always diluting shares and all those kind of things. Nio is a kind of stock that it's set for greatness, and for a company like Nio to continue growing, they need to make sure that they separate themselves from most of the EV cars, which is exactly what they are doing, which makes me to be really excited. I mean, looking from the Nio phone, battery swapping stations, these are some of the things that makes Nio to be special, and the very same things that makes me to, every time when I see an opportunity, I load the boat whenever I can, because I know that on this stock, or Nio, it's one of the stocks that is set for greatness. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop in your content. Otherwise, that's all from me. And I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you buy Nio for the very first time, please do make sure that you do your own due diligence, so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing into the stock market. Otherwise, that's all from me. And I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And God bless you all.